Loose lips sink ships. Let that sit with you. Because it's not just a catchy phrase, it's a warning, a prophecy, a curse wrapped in idle conversation. You run your mouth out of anger, you twist a story out of bitterness, you add a little lie, a little drama, a little sauce, and boom. A man sits in prison for years because someone couldn't keep their lips sealed, because someone was more committed to revenge than reflection. And now we're watching it unfold in real time. A man might be vindicated after he was convicted for a decade, but luckily it didn't happen that way because the truth has a way of rising. But the damage already done. When you're mad at someone, pause, breathe, ask yourself, what's my part in this? What is life trying to teach me? You see, that's where the healing is. That's where the growth is. The growth lives there, okay, in that place of accountability. But instead, some of you go on gossip marathons, lie-laced campaigns. You gather friends and turn pain into poison. You destroy what you once loved just to prove a point, just because of ego. And I say this because I know I've been the one lied on, talked about, made into a villain in a story I didn't even write. So I'm not just speaking, I'm rebuking this behavior because this behavior has no place in a conscious life. Okay, so when you sit with your people, build, dream, elevate, don't destroy. If you know the truth that can set someone free, speak. Silence in the face of injustice is betrayal. Now, this is top tier, delicious living, minding the business that minds you, staying in your lane, drinking your water, and aging like fine wine because your spirit ain't heavy with regret. You want peace, joy, longevity? Then refrain from using your lips to sink ships. Okay? Speak life or just stay silent. Now, this is coming from a ex crash out. I never used to think before I used to speak. I never used to just sit back. I used to just react and then think after. Okay, listen to this interview.
I said, how you surviving that bullshit? Wish we could have sat down before you left. Because you know me and him hung out with Madonna when they were messing around. Don't believe me? Take a look at this photo.
Really? Okay.
I said, you have a number. He said, what's yours? Let me move on to the text messages now. Then we started to text message each other. I said, how are you? How you been? He said, incredible, in very high spirits and preparing to physically come home this year. I said, when? I need to come in there and get an interview, LOL. He said, I can't say exact days, but I know I'll be home this year. I said, how long you been gone? I'm so confused by your case. He said, actually, I have a crazy plan when I get back that I think you should know and be a part of because I'm only going to do one interview. And he said he's been gone 2.5 years. I said, I want to be a part of that plan. He said, it's honestly a bunch of suppressed evidence that was kept away from me during trial. I said, Wack told me that, but didn't say what. He said, like, through trial, they keep saying it was inconclusive on the gun DNA, but I always knew I never touched the gun, so I asked my lawyer to retest it, and sure enough, I was 102% excluded completely from everything, just like I said. I said, well, why didn't you just say who did it? Doing time for something you ain't do. He said, I took the rap for Kelsey, never wanted her to go to jail, and I never wanted Megan to get hurt or anything. So in me stopping her from getting shot, I got the raw deal. Crazy how life works. And to think they made me the poster boy for the unprotection of black women, when in all honesty, I protected 2 black women, one from getting shot and one from going to jail. Never said nothing in 8 to 10 years for them to live. It's a crazy, crazy place we live in. I said, but why you ain't just say that? When I got shot, I told. And he said, I lost my mother at 11 years old. I couldn't sleep with myself. I was the reason for taking a mother away from her kid. I just couldn't do it. Tory Lanez.
Topics like this run passion through my entire being, and I'm sure you heard that through my voice. Thanks for watching and staying to the end. Please comment, like, and share if you're on YouTube. Peace.